Imagine a sweltering summer day, the sun beating down mercilessly, and the only solace is the cool breeze of an air conditioner. But what if that air conditioner breaks down? This is the predicament Mrs. Dubé found herself in. A hard-working woman from Nehru Nagar, her sanctuary was disrupted when her AC stopped working. What did she do? She did what most of us would. She called a mechanic. She left him detailed instructions. The key to her house would be under the second pot. He was supposed to enter the house, fix the AC and leave. Simple enough. But there were two things to remember. The first was her Doberman, who would be in the hall off his leash. But she assured him the dog was trained and would not bother him unless commanded. The second, her Parrot. A real chatterbox. He was known to talk up a storm. But the mechanic was not to engage, not to say a word to the Parrot. As the mechanic entered the house, he was greeted by the imposing sight of the Doberman. A chill ran down his spine, but the dog merely glanced at him before going back to sleep. The real trouble started when he moved further in, and the Parrot came to life. For the next 2 hours, as he worked on the AC, the Parrot squawked, screamed, and hurled insults. The mechanic was called a thief, a buffalo, and even some rather creative obscenities. At one point, the mechanic was so frustrated he considered wringing the bird's neck with his wrench. But he remembered Mrs. Dubé's warning and held his temper. As he was packing up, the Parrot started again. The mechanic, at the end of his tether, decided to give the bird a piece of his mind. He advanced on the cage, wrench in hand, ready to tell the Parrot off. But as soon as he opened his mouth, the Parrot squawked, "Attack, Tommy, attack!" The next thing the mechanic knew, he was running for his life, the Doberman hot on his heels. He managed to escape, but he remains in shock to this day. And that, dear listeners, is why you should never argue with a parrot.